Hi guys, this is Crossy from RedFoxGaming TV, and we are back again for the second map in this competition. This is the ESL Summer Open female competition, and we have just been watching if I can get the game to go live on my stream, which is taking longer than expected. There we go. Right, okay, so we are into the second map then, Dust 2, and I have grabbed myself a coffee after that game because it was a bit of a long one. It went in favour of not playing ducks, sorry, the other team. I've got one or two to choose from, and I got it wrong. Clever me. RedFoxGaming female of Poland took the win, 16-11 on cash in the first game. It was a backwards and forwards affair. During the early stages, playing ducks looked very solid on their CT setup, but unfortunately lost too many rounds. And I think that was 10-5 in the first half in their favour. Continued to force by on the terrace side, but weren't able to get anything together really, so they're going to be trying to make something happen now on Dust 2 instead, as Jules makes the opening frag, or a couple of early frags have gone in, leaving RedFoxGaming down to a 3 versus 4 as K, nice nade, takes down Siska, who's subbed in for that girl whose name I was struggling with quite a lot, so that's a bit of a relief and makes things just a little bit easier from my point of view, as Gabs gets one and Kay gets her second from around the door area, grabbing Goss, who tries to make her way in, and it is going to be early advantage, first blood if you like, to playing Ducks female on the terrace side, which is arguably the easiest side on Dust 2. Go looking to push through and get themselves 9, 10, 11 rounds here if they can, and take this one into a third map. So on board then with Ada, and it's jumping around his auto-directed at this stage, as there might be some action in lower, and Goss goes walking in. Had one player with a second to back up, and Sophie able to pick up the new player, Siska. Let's see how warmed up she is, as NTL able to grab Lena as well. So making the use of the weapons against the pistols, and Gabs helps out and saves her teammate Kay, the bomb carrier. He's going to put the plant down and get 800 bucks in the account, and probably go some way to making sure that this second round goes in favour of the mostly German team with a couple of UK players. So Sophie, there's one of those UK players going down to Ada, who's going to try and get exit frags. 1 HP hero, what can she do? Well, she just catches one of Kay's nades. That's the second time she's picked up a nade frag in these first couple of rounds, I believe. And it is 2-0 as expected. We're going to see a continued eco coming in from RedFox for probably one more round until they're going to be looking to put their first buy versus buy together. And for that reason, playing Ducks aren't going to be upgrading too many of those weapons, I wouldn't think. Ada going to try and get in there, catches the flash, and instead drops back to try and hold the angle. See what we can have here as we get the build up. Gabs has the chance to make a play on Lena, who was top fragger, nearly dropped the 30 bomb, I believe, in the last game on cash, leading the way for her team. Not going to be doing it in this round though, not going to be trying to draw an eco win against the rifles and the SMGs. Jules holding outside long, good spot there, and it looks like she's going to have a bit of attention, as it's Kay up on the short with two players there, but it's Kay that does the damage, taking down Frida and Siska. Jules holding this angle, waiting for Ada to step through, and instead Jules goes and takes the initiative and the frag for it, leaving Goss last girl standing, pushes to outside along while Jules is getting aggressive. I don't know if there was a footstep, probably not, but I just pushed out, looked towards mid, which is about the only place that you're going to get any attention. If someone's going to rotate out of B, through tunnels, all the way back over T-spawn, well, fair play to them if that's what you want to do, but that is a trek and a half, and by that point your teammates have probably already gone in one at a time and died, so not a good place to go. Goss going to flash over as there's an aggressive push, and straight out is NTL, who's able to pick up one before she's caught. So this is the first buy versus buy on the fourth round. This second map, this is Dust 2 playing Ducks female with a 3-0 advantage during the early throws of this second map. But they are one map down after losing cash, which you can also see on this YouTube channel if you haven't watched it already. If you're watching it out of sync, well, if you want to do that. That seems a little strange, but it could be done. As Sophie comes in from behind, taking down Ada. Frida, though, trades back just before that for Red Fox. She picks up a frag. So we now got 2v1 in favour of Playing Ducks female. Going to try and take it to 4-0 if they can, as that's Lena in the mid area. She picks up one, leaving it 1v1. Lena going to try and get the plant. Star player in the first map. Can she come away with a clutch here as Gabs gets the plant down by the double stack, looks towards the window, looks away, and you pretty much know where it's going to come from. It's either going to be the window or the door, but it's holding a spot that Lena wasn't going to check, and that's exactly what she does. You'll kind of find from the window, you go check back of sight, you go check below you go have to look towards the tunnels, and then to go tight left, you've probably already looked at about 5 different angles by that point, big box as well. And it's kind of one of the last places you'll check. Probably car as well, actually. So, and probably a good choice to choose the spot that you are, going to become to 5th or 6th on your way out. Sophie takes the pressure of a couple of on-rushing players and gets a couple of, one frag, sorry, as Gabs with a couple as well. So good work from the 2 long players, able to get through, pick up a couple, leaving Lena last girl standing. Takes down Sophie, chance for a second from round about the car, but Gabs mops up that frag as well. So with only 1 loss, it takes it to 5-0 in favour of Playing Ducks. And Gabs leading the way 8-0. And we got a double AWP setup coming in from the CTs. One of those is going to be Siska going to the back of sight, but if they go fast, these guys, they can get there and maybe stop the AWP, but Siska's going to hold the angle by the box and is able to grab Sophie straight away. Gabs will be wise not to peek. But if you know there's going to be an AWPer at the back of B site, if you go quick and use your utility, then you can get in there and stop them from bedding themselves in, and that's a nightmare position when you're not really where you want to be with the AWP and you've got players on rushing. It's the worst nightmare for a lot of AWPers. There are 1 or 2 AWPers out there that can they excel in close quarters positions, but they are few and far between. It's such a difficult thing to do. As NCL catches a nade. And looks like it's going to be first blood of this second map to RedFoxGaming. 4v2, they've got the advantage. NCL does have an AWP in hand though, so she could potentially do some damage with that, but potentially is all we're talking about so far. 45 seconds left to go. Bomb is up on the way towards B, but there are 2 players in there. They're going for a 2-2 split, not challenging at mid. Definitely the right move, because NCL would have been hunting for some kind of frag there, someone to peek. Just a sign that one of the sites is softer than the other. Only 1 player there, and Gabs peeks out. NCL able to pick up the frag, chance to get in. Only 1 player to find by the boxes, but it's Siska with the AWP, with her second of the round, and the first one is on the board for RedFoxGaming female. Still cash to keep buying on the terrorist. Gabs had 11 grand before she started buying, so chance to put a drop down. NCL with the AWP going to be looking for the cross. Smoke comes in and misses that shot for the 2 players that were able to get across. In fact, I've got the benefit of X-ray, but I think NCL probably will have only called 1 cross there from what she will have seen at least. And what can she do with the AWP in hand? Goss able to get away from below the site, jumps into the smoke, and that's double smoke there now. That's going to be a tough one for the Playing Ducks to work through it. If you want to push through that, then feel free to, but often it's at your peril. Siska with her AWP, going to try and make something happen in mid. Gab's taking out a half HP. A little confused as to where that came from, but it was from lower, and she's able to pick it up. Ada and Lena with a frag apiece, though, for the CTs, and Ada might have a play on Gabs. She pops her head up and does, but missing shots. Ada gets there in the end. There are opportunities like that when a player misses that many shots on you. That's where you've got to really try and capitalise. And Kay quite wisely peeks the angle, but she's got several players looking in her direction now before she's caught. Bit of distraction, kind of a play and a chance for NCL to get 1. Can she get a second? Got Lena coming in from behind. Needs to work fast as there's a player on the site. That's Ada, who's going to be just bedding in, knowing that there's an AWP coming, and crouching behind the box actually. And NCL able to get 1. Can she get the second? She's got the AWP in hand. Got 30 seconds. Got the bomb to play with as well. So plenty of options hoping that Molotov's going to slow things up enough, and Lena decides to go from the CT route instead. Plant down, 40 seconds left to go for Lena to get in here. Top fragger for the Polish team in the first map, and NCL reveals herself down at that lower angle, and oh wow. I guess that makes sense. If you've got a player coming from CT, you might be thinking, can I get to pit? And you might also be thinking you don't want to get close quarters or caught close quarters when you got an AWP, when you got a player with a rifle or a pistol pushing at you. I can kind of see that, but all that ended up doing was playing into the hands of Lena, and maybe it would be more tempting to go towards quad boxes or drop on the short. Plenty of options available. They all have their own little issues with them, but my gut reaction is maybe that was the wrong choice, but that's not dwelling it too much. Next round is underway, and Playing Ducks going to be trying to make something happen. They've lost a couple on the spin despite putting the first 5 on the board in very quick succession. They do have a bye together, but it's a bit of a scrub. Galil, a couple of players without any armour whatsoever. Full head armour for the CTs. Me at 10 left to go on the clock, and this is a bit of an issue sometimes when you're commentating Dust 2. There are times when there's a bit of sitting around as Sophie steps out into mid, able to pick up Lena as she tries to rotate through. So the mid to B is on. Ada's going to be watching that. They're going to try and make something happen. Siska gets one. Before has to drop out knowing that Window's going to be coming, and Siska with the no-scope, and she seems to be a good switch in so far, looking fairly deadly with the AWP in hand. This is going to be a tough ask for her now though, as NCL comes in from behind, able to take it down. Frida grabs the AWP and narrowly misses that shot, but that nade is probably going to be all she wrote, and it is. So Red Fox, after getting 2 rounds, get pegged straight back, and it is 6-2. So Playing Ducks female already looking good, 6-2, but if they don't pick up any more T rounds, they have definitely not done enough. They need to be trying to win this half out, get another 3, 4 on the board if they can. 9 or 10 would be a good score if they can make it happen. And here's a chance for them to make it 7. They're stuck with the pistols. We've got an aggressive push up mid towards Tree. Back in the day, that used to be a all nade up mid kind of setup. Doesn't really happen anymore. That was your standard CS Source eco, but times have changed a little bit, and teams try and be a little more tricky, play their positions, look for the peaks when they're on pistol. Sophie has a chance for a play and doesn't go for the head, and narrowly escapes with a life 1 point of health before she escapes, but does the job, holds the tunnel, and they're going to live to fight another day. All of these Playing Ducks players, as Ada decides she's going to save that AK. Wise choice, I would suggest. I think it's time for the Ducks to fall out of sight. So 7-2 is going to be the score. Terrorists win. It's got to keep turning that screw though. CTs do not have the cash to buy after that. They got to eco again. We'll look at the scoreboard. Siska, the new player, leading the charge for RedFoxGaming. Gabs and NCL both on double figures. 10-3 and 11-3 respectively for those two. Early advantage potentially if they can get some picks in here. Try and make it 8-2 if they can. Siska again doing a great job, as is Frida over towards the B site. Could be looking to get eco'd here. Playing Ducks got to be careful as Ada picks up another frag with the AK that she saved from last time around. It's 4v2 in favour of the CTs. Couple of pistols up, and that's Lena going down. So that's one of the pistols. Maybe Goss can pick up a weapon potentially. Gonna get some good information here of Gabs peaks. Going for the boost up onto the site. So they've still got to worry about that player. NCL up in the pit, and Gabs able to get one, able to get the second before Goss is able to pick up a frag. Goes straight onto the defuse, time running out, and NCL able to pick up the AWP frag. Nice work. So 8-2 it is. Playing Ducks after losing the first map, going to be looking to bring it home here if they can. Going with a fast push into B, thinking about it, decide against it, and now they do decide to go for that fast B. And Siska, last player, only player in there I should say, taken down very comprehensively by the on-rushing Playing Ducks players. And now the plant is in, so Frida going to be making her way in through the tunnels. Got Jules to face and easily picks up that frag. Jules, I don't think even cracked off a shot as Gabs tries to flash out. A bit of attention round about the door, and Frida is able to pick up Sophie as well. So numbers favour the CTs on the retake as Frida gets one. Chance for another as NCL with the AWP in hand gets the pistol as Frida's down to 9 HP, but shoots all around her, leaving Goss to get the defuse. As Kay decides to go for it, gets one, gets two, but does not pick up the third. She does, but not in time to stop that defuse. So Kay padding her stats a little bit, picking up those frags, dropping those weapons for the CT, so they are going to have to rebuy everything, and it leaves them on the Famous. So all in all, pretty good damage done in the end, and they get a plant, which is going to help the finances for the Ducks, but they would have liked that round. Take it to 9-2, and Siska taken down to low HP. Gabs getting aggressive, just barreling out. She does not give an F as she goes straight out of those long doors with Sophie there to back up. Mopping up and picking up that second frag. And so it is going to be 4v3 in favour of Playing Ducks with a scrub by, an NCL nearly had that pick round about the mid doors, but doesn't come away with it. Sophie does though, managing to grab Siska, who was caught, taking down to 19 HP. Sophie's got a player right below her that's just going to walk straight past. Wow. Oh, that's unfortunate. When things like that happen, you don't want to be the player getting watched by the auto director, and you don't want it to be happening while it's being commentated either. I'm sorry, I did see that one, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still 9-3 in favour of Playing Ducks, and Red Fox now stuck onto well, pistol and armour. Going to be trying to go en masse somewhere, but they're going en masse in the wrong direction because B site is practically open. One player with a pistol, with 4 players making their way in there, and they're going to get the plant. They're going to get site control, and it's going to be a retake coming in. No utility available for the CTs, but Frida and Goss get a frag each as NCL able to grab Siska by the window as they do get the plant in, and maybe there's a chance for an eco retake here. Goss on low HP is only going to need a one shot from a pistol, but I don't think it's going to matter too much for that AWP as Sophie's able to pick up Ada. Gabs holding that tight angle to the left. Probably one of the last places you'll look. They're not hugely worried about the push from the tunnels. Got a player in there watching that, and it is going to be a save. 2 AKs being saved. 10-3 is going to be the score as the Ducks will start to fall out the site and keep hold of their weapons. They've got an AWP and 2 AKs coming out of this. And it is going to be 10-3. So, a little look at the scoreboard. Gabs towards the top on points, NCL the top on frags, 16-4 for NCL and 15-6 for Gabs. Siska still top, but Frida's brought it back even. Not a whole lot to talk about there other than the finances, which are looking pretty poor for Red Fox female. As Siska gets 2, Frida gets 1 from the back of the site before she's caught by NCL, and that's a good little holdover towards the B site. They've done some serious damage. NCL down to 50 HP. 1 nade or 1 shot from a pistol will be game over for her as she holds towards the window. Has a bit of a nade of her own, and that nade's probably going to do it. No, NCL taking down to 9 before she's then caught by Lena, the top fragger from Cash. Gabs gets 1 before she's caught at the site, so it is going to be 10-4 in favour of Playing Ducks as Red Fox get this one. Going to want to try and take the next round as well, because 10-5, you know, it is a T-sided map for the most part, and that is not a bad score to work from. It's one of those, it seems a little disheartening, but you think, alright, well, 10-5, this is the deficit that they were up against last time around, don't forget, when they were on the arguably tougher T side, and they were able to pull it back. You bring the pistol up, you get to 10-8, you win the first buy versus buy to 10-9, force them onto an eco, 10-10. From that point, you can really start to develop. So it's all going to come down, I think, to what happens in the pistol here, as long as RedFoxGaming can pick up this final round. And they've got a bit of a scrub, but that's got to help with Kay picking up Ada, trying to walk around from the short area, and NCL's done some serious damage. Goss with a chance to make a play, gets one. Can she aim for the head? Can she pick him off? It's a duck shoot. Quite literally, you've only got the head to aim for. And Lena able to pick up one with the fire. Kay getting aggressive, able to get Lena, who's jumping around. I think just trying to get into a better position. NCL able to pick up a frag as well. So AWP, it's very fragile. It's a proper glass cannon with 9 HP, but I don't think it's going to matter. And we are going to see, yes we are, 11-4 in favour of playing Ducks female. NCL taking the lead on frags, 19-5, 17-7 for Gabs, who's got 4 stars for points for plants, etc. And yeah, that's looking solid. Now, can Red Fox better this one? If we look at the same examples we're looking at, let's do some very basic maths, which is always a struggle for us commentators. They end up picking up the pistol, the next 2. That takes it to 11-7. They win the buy versus buy, 11-8. And then they force playing Ducks onto an eco. That would be 11-9. But by that point, playing Ducks will be starting to rack up their loss bonus. They're going to be able to start putting a few consecutive buys together. But it's going to make it doable. It's only going to bring it to a 2-round deficit if that happens, but it comes down to this pistol. If playing Ducks win the pistol, then that is probably going to be enough to put them within 1 round of overtime. If they win the buy versus buy, then that's pretty much all she wrote. That's going to be draw guaranteed. And it's Ada and Sophie either side of the wall. And Ada walks straight through into it. Sophie able to pick up the frag, finds the face, and Gabs making good use of the P2000. Again, finding the head of Siska as they push towards the short area. Gabs below sight, plenty of fancy footwork, and is able to pick up a frag, but 3 versus 2, so this is doable. Blocks against P2000. Sophie going to try and chip in. Bomb gets thrown across. And yes, Sophie and Gabs with simultaneous headshots with the pistols, and it is going to be 12-4. And one thing that's going to be a little bit interesting, I think, as I'm now seeing the way this goes down, with the benefit of recording this on YouTube after the event, you can see what the map scores were going to be on the ESL page. And let's just put it this way, I didn't expect the first map to go quite the way that it did, and maybe I'll be able to get some information on it as to how that panned out. We shall see. And so that sounded a little bit cryptic, and maybe it won't be a thing at all going forward as Ada goes through. Goss does pre-fire the corner. They're both pre-firing corners, actually. I think quite a smart move. Kay gets one from the right-hand side. They had a pincer movement going, Kay and Sophie, and it kind of worked out. They were able to pick up 1 frag, but the numbers favour the terrorists, and you would rather have the numbers advantage on CT for sure. It's a difficult one. You have to work out how you rotate and plug those gaps, but it's NCL with the P90. Gets 2. Chance for a 3rd, she pushed through, but Siska able to pick up a frag instead, grabs a fam, has got a chance for another frag, and Goss, last girl standing for Red Fox, has got the information. She knows Jaws is up long. She's only got a P250, so she needs to go for headshots, and the bomb is down and protected. So can she grab a weapon? One danger is that if you grab a weapon from out in the open, you need to be able to fire that thing and do some damage. If Jules hears the sound and peeks, and here we go, there's the switch. That's the giveaway sound, plus the bomb gets picked up, so she's on the way. Jules didn't quite react quickly enough, and with Goss on 17 HP, and you had a bit of time, but she's able to get there with the FAMAS. Time ticking away, no time for Goss to do anything else other than bomb for the site with 7 seconds left to get there and get the plant in. And it is going to be 13-4 in favour of RedFoxGaming female. We've got fire, that's going to slow things up, and that Nadler done some serious damage, and Jules is able to do quite a bit, picking up a couple of assists, 3 frags of her own, and NCL able to mop up those final 2. That was a very comprehensive hold, 14-4. It is in favour of playing Ducks on this second map. Let's take a look at the scoreboard while we've still got time. Gabs 20 and 8. NCL 23 and 7, those two leading from the front for the Playing Ducks. Lena, who is top fragger for Red Fox, is again pushing herself towards the top of the frag charts for the team, but with the rounds as they are, it's going to take quite a lot to inspire them to victory now. No margin for error, they cannot drop a single round, or it's going to be overtime at best that they can get out of this thing. Taking control of the mid. NCL got the chance to make a play. Takes Lena down to 11 points of health. But good information gleaned there. She knows there's a couple of players at least around the mid area. A player going to be looking towards short. Sophie walking through. Going to try and get up close. Stop a potential mid to be. And Siska, nice work there as she steps straight through the door and flicks to the right and is able to find Sophie before she can even crack off a shot. Jules and NCL with a frag. Kay's going to get caught from outside long doors, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. 3 to 15 HP with the bomb. Going to be making their way towards A, but there is a player, I believe, over towards A. That's Gabs. Doesn't need headshots, just need hits. Both players on low HP, and it is 15 to 4. So in theory, you'd see, I would guess, third map out of this. So we see Sophie getting the frag, taking down Ada. Goss training straight back. Are we looking at the last round here? Gabs with a chance to make a frag on Lena, and does the arguably the stronger player in this match for the RedFoxGaming female team. Free the last girl standing top of mid, and it does go down 16 to 4 in favour of Playing Ducks. A dominant performance there, and they looked so much stronger in that than they did on Cash. It's one of those maps, I guess, because they're a new team, new lineup by this point. First official together, I believe it was, in this tournament as a lineup. Then Dust 2 is one of those maps where it is a little bit easier. You can rely on your ability and your frags just that little bit more, especially on T side, compared to Cash, where you do need to have your setups. And their setup on CT wasn't too bad. They just lost a few too many rounds and were maybe a little short on ideas on T side. But that does end up going through in favour of Playing Ducks. But you would expect this would go to a third map, but on the ESL page there is no third map, and I think I'm going to try and see if I can make this happen. Just to show you what ended up happening in this match on the page, and I think I can if I do screen capture that bit, and then make that slightly bigger. Okay. Now this is super unprofessional the way I've just done that, but we have got a penalty point. Now I don't know if this was enough that did it. I guess it might be, but yeah, this penalty point has ended up putting this Playing Ducks female. I'm going to have to ask about that, I think, and maybe put up some video just explaining exactly what happened if I can find that out. But like some insult got traded, and that ended up defaulting that first map in favour of Playing Ducks, which seems a little bit odd. I thought they might have at least played the third, but who knows? I'm a little bit lost, so not quite sure what happened there. But one thing that I do know is that we are not going to see a third map for me to put on the YouTube. So apologies for that, guys. Let me oh sorry, this is going to look horrible, so let me get rid of that straight away. So thank you very much for watching this series. This has been the first one that I've brought you from the ESL Female Open Summer 2016 competition. We saw two maps between RedFoxGaming and Playing Ducks Female. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and drop me a comment in the comment section if you want to feedback, if you know what did happen and why this went to a second or why this went in favour of Playing Ducks and we didn't see a third map. Then drop it in the comment section and let any viewers know what the deal is with that. I'll try and find out myself as well, just an out of interest thing, because I was looking at it thinking, how has that just happened in the little break? But yeah, all good fun. So keep it logged to this channel. I'm going to try during my free time to bring you a few more videos from this competition and try and get as many games in as I can. Plus, keep an eye out on www.fesport.com, as we will also be giving you some live streaming of these games as and when I can make it happen. So that will be on the FeeSport channel. And if you haven't found those guys before, it is a great community and news site for female gaming in CSGO and League of Legends, among other things. So feel free to check it out and get involved in some of the stuff that goes on there. And a very active Facebook page as well, which is always being kept busy even when the website sometimes isn't. A couple of good articles that have gone on the website recently though for both games, so I would highly recommend you check it out. But that's enough rambling from me, and I will catch you next time. Thank you very much.